Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And how about that for some fireworks to start this one?
And the fireworks turned out to be for the kicking team, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, go down there, make a play, knock it free, and end up with the football. And for the team who's supposed to have the ball, now their defense has to run out on the field, see if they can slow things down a bit.
A quick scramble for the helmets, and now we switch sides. Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That one goes for 16 yards. It's first and goal.
Ready, set.
Here's Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
That one hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Cardinals now getting set to go offensively, and it'll be the dual-threat quarterback Kyler Murray leading the way.
And when you have a guy like Kyler Murray under center, it not only opens up your playbook, it allows you to draw up even more plays because he's among the best dual-threat quarterbacks in the league and a true playmaker. If flushed out of the pocket, he might even be more dangerous. The next step for him, being able to throw on rhythm and deliver from the pocket.
13 yards remaining on second down. Throwing now is Murray. Finding Green complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with counter. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Right back to Connor here on first. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. To throw is Murray. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. On the move past the 40. Still going inside the 20. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. This is caught. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Open man Green. He's got it. Touchdown Arizona. A.J. Green there to make the grab. And the Cards have got it back to within a score. Extra point given by Pointer. And that'll make our score 15-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now Geno on first down. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And the Cards will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
First down, Murray. He'll get this to Connor underneath. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. 5 yards remain on second down. From the gun, Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's brought down to the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. First and 10. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. Murray a give. This is Connor. Oh, look at the juke. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's at the lower center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And this is going to be intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on first and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on fourth down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. First and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
The Smith's throw into the hands of Lockett. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. Geno now to throw. Returning right back to Lockett. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now it's Smith. That's complete to his running back, Dallas. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Buying time to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. On second down, it's Walker. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Myers' kick is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover. The play
looking for Green, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Yeah, we will get another look at Seattle's offense. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. Walker now on 1st and 10. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule,
touchdown, Seahawks! Tyler Lockett, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's Murray. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. It's a room to maneuver, and they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run good for 24 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 53. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. So a happy sight for a lot of these fans. We're jumping right over halftime and getting back into the action. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter.
Ready.
3rd quarter begins with a run by Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Flush to his right. And he hits his target, Lockett. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Now Geno. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Forced out to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from arm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
But sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Murray now on 1st down. On the slant, DeAndre Hopkins. And some space here. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football. On 1st and 10 is Conner. Oh, what a move. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Conner going to get it again on 2nd down. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Oh, Connor loses it, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Smith. Noah Fant with a catch on the crossing route. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Smith. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They'll look to run with Dallas. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try again. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. DJ Dallas taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead is now 24. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
To throw again on second down, Murray. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Over the middle, complete. That's Moore. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. From the 29, Murray got his man complete over the middle. It's Hopkins. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Murray now on 1st down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Murray. And his throw is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Steps away to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1. Now Murray's got to have this one. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he is going to have the Cardinals first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. To throw is Murray. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
A run by Dallas to start the drive. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. So the victory here for Seattle. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the